Wanipigia sishiki, wanitumia ujumbe sijibu. Sijui ni kwa nini, I wish ningekuwa na majibu. I don't want to disappoint you, so I would rather avoid you. But believe me, I feel you, na ni kweli ninajaribu. Lakini moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you, then later I am going to lose you. Moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you. But I'm gonna try yeah, and give a chance Utando lo mi luka yeah. Kifuna uko pumelela yeah. Oh. My brain goes 100 miles an hour. I think of everything that could go sour. My heart really wants this to work out, and I'm terrified of getting a blackout. Lord, forgive me, I have been running away from my true feelings. And it's time to stop being afraid and face my true self. Lakini moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you, then later I am going to lose you. Moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you. But I'm gonna try yeah, and give a chance Utando lo mi luka yeah. Kifuna uko pumelela I'm gonna try Utando lo mi luka Utando lo mi luka Kifuna uko pumelela 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 I'm gonna try for you. 'Cause I'm gonna try for you. I'm gonna give my love to you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Hola, 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 TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Happy Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday edition of the Power Morning Drive Show. Kama kawaida, we do this nice and easy all the way till 10 in the AM. And of course, you are just in time for a big conversation this morning. This is Power Radio. My name is Wanyoike. Thank you so much for at least making it to the end of the week with us. That's the only way that I know that you have made it to the end of the week is by tuning in. And so you know where you can get us. We are all over social media at Power Radio. All you've got to do is go on the socials, interact with us, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you want to request any song, as long as you're keeping it 100% Kenyan, we know what to do for you. You can also call in live and text us on our number 0748379231 is the number to get us on as well. You can get us on our website www.power254.org/power radio. Now, as usual, you know the drill. We start off with looking at the situation on the roads this morning. And then later on, we'll get into the news roundup, look at what has been happening. There has been a lot of corruption clampdowns happening in the city. And we will get a little bit into that much later on. And then, of course, I did tell you on Wednesday that we are continuing with our conversation about voter registration and why it's important to keep, sustaining a conversation about voter registration is that, just look at what is happening in the country right now. And the only way that we can get ourselves out of the mess that we are in is by ensuring that our civic participation by active registration is the thing that we are investing in, so that when come August 2027, that's in some couple of months, we should be actively building towards the country that we all want to live in. So we'll be joined by Loiser and Odhiambo from Zalendo Trust and Badili Africa for that conversation, and why it's important even for the CSO space and some other community-based organizations to come together in partnership with the IEBC, for instance, to ensure that we are amplifying voter registration, especially within the young youth spaces. So that conversation coming up a little bit later on. But for now, let me get you to wherever you're going, nice and easy, with this looking at the situation on our roads this morning. And obviously, we start off with the Thika Superhighway, which is looking bumper to bumper as you make your way towards the KCA University area, all the way towards Globe Roundabout. Kiambu Road also looking very mad this morning. DCI area making your way towards Muthaiga Square. Things are looking quite busy as well. Limuru Road is also not looking any different, especially as you make your way from the Village Market area down towards the Karura Forest area as well. Same situation happening along Spring Valley. As you make your way from the Spring Valley along Lower Kabete Road from Spring Valley Police Station towards Westgate Mall. Peponi Road is also looking very busy this morning, especially from Ankole Grill all the way down towards the Mwanzi Road as well. So be guided. Red Hill Link Road, as you make your way towards the ABC Place, Nairobi, things are absolutely chaotic this morning. James Gishuru Road, both ways, inbound, outbound, absolute madness this morning as well. I can also see Olenguruoine Road is looking very busy, which also goes all the way as you make your way towards Kileleshwa as well. Dennis Pritt Road, pia kumeshikana bumper to bumper, and it also spills over Cotton Avenue as you make your way towards the Kilimani Mall. Things are looking very busy this morning. Let me see. Ngong Road looking quite busy, and actually the snarl-up starts from Naivasha Road as you make your way from the Naivasri Ruta. Then it spills over towards the Prestige Plaza area on Ngong Road as well. So stand guided, stay put, and you should be out of the woods in no time. Let me look at Langata Road. Langata Road, things are looking not too shabby this morning. We just have a little bit of a snarl up from Uhuru Gardens as you make your way towards the T-Mall roundabout. And then Mombasa Road, nothing much to complain about. We only have, I can say it's slow, but it's moving from Capital Center as you make your way towards the Nairobi West Hospital area as well. The Eastern Bypass towards the Cabanas bus station, Mambo Yameshikana, Jogoo Road as well, all the way towards the stadium roundabout. Things are looking very, very tight on your end as well. Outer Ring, absolute madness. Manyanja Road, things are a bit smoother on your end this morning. And that's the situation on the roads of Nairobi. In case of any incidents, please let us know. The hashtag to use is hashtag Power Morning Drive. I'll take a quick breather. I come back and we get into what has been making headlines. Keep it Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
This is Hendrix Sound.
Misikatai, unanidai, akiwalahi, ninaogopa sitadinai. I want you to lie, ni vile I'm trying to find good love, baby. Maybe I'll be the one for you. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. If you wait for me, I don't need nobody else. I'm trying to find good love, baby, maybe, and I'll be the one for you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Run.
Mara ngapi nimepitia, mara ngapi nitakulilia, na kisha ni mara ngapi unadhani nitakurudia. Nisiwezi tena, Januari, Disemba, sina budi nenda lote. Mpendwa, nishachoka bembeleza, najikuwa najiteleza, sitaki kukupenda. Napenda longo, 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 longo. Kama unanipenda, ishara zinaonyesha. Longo, 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 longo. Mchezo unaocheza ni kama umezoea. Hisia zote zapita na madakika yanakuishi. Hamu imenitenga, tamu hakuna tena. Ni bora unipe the distance, mapema mapema. Ukweli huwezi fichika na kutakia mema. Nishachoka bembeleza, nishachoka bembeleza, najikuwa najiteleza, sitaki kukupenda. Longo, 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 longo. Kama unanipenda, ishara zinaonyesha. Longo, 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 longo. Mchezo unaocheza ni kama umezoea. Kama umezoea. Siwezi kukulazimisha na maji yamejaza ndoo. Yakisha mwagika huwezi yazoa like you did before. Kama kweli ulinipenda, ungenieleza, moyo kwenye meza. Nishachoka bembeleza, najikuwa najiteleza, sitaki kukupenda. Longo, 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 longo. Kama unanipenda, ishara zinaonyesha. Longo, 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 longo. Mchezo unaocheza ni kama umezoea. Ni kama umezoea.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
My angel in disguise, sent from heaven just to give my broken heart another chance. When ni malaika wangu, every single time you are away, my heart forgets just how to be. And maybe I should let you know, even if the earth should fly away, I'd find a way to you. Maybe I should let you know, every single night I ask the Lord to keep you safe for me. The moonlight in the dark, shining brighter than the brightest star will ever see. Malaika nakupenda, na kila saa you're far away, my heart forgets just how to be. And maybe I should let you know, That even if the earth should fly away, I'd find a way. And maybe I should let you know. Yeah. Every single night I ask the Lord to keep you safe for me. Maybe I should let you know that even if the earth should fly away, I'll find a way to you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That is a very charismatic charisma I had to. It was a free pan. And of course, for those who know me, they know that I definitely take every opportunity to make a pan joke. And it's playing right here on Power Radio. It's Let You Know. And I'm going to let you know in a couple of minutes what we are going to be talking about. But hey, in case you're just waking up and deciding what to do with your Friday morning, let me just cut to the chase with you. There's no better way to spend your Friday morning than to tune into the Power Morning Drive Show. So please, make sure you get on to what's happening, what's hot on this side of the digital streets. We are Power Radio. You can find us on all social media platforms, and we'll be sure to. We're very, very happy. Let us know where you are tuning in from. Now, let's get into what has been happening in the country. And I mean, it's just a lot has been happening in the country. Even with one week alone, I mean, you wake up like this and something new that is absolutely devastating, that is absolutely sort of feels like a matter of life and death. And it's not, but I'm just saying it feels like it's a matter of life and death, tends to happen. Events move so fast in this nation, and I'm not so sure that I don't think that the human brain was created to be able to hold too much, and especially too much bad news that keeps happening. But we must talk about it because that's what the Power Morning Drive Show is all about. Right, so let me throw at a glance with the Daily Nation and some of the stories that they are leading with this morning is more schools shut down as unrest spreads. And they highlight that the government has ruled out early closure of schools for the midterm break as Alliance High School became the latest institution to be shut down over an arson incident. And, you know, this, of course, started with the Utumishi Girls Secondary School that happened last week, where we saw the loss of many lives after some teenage girls decided to set their school ablaze. And, over concerns about how they were being mistreated in school. And so it has forced other schools to also shut down, I think closed indefinitely because amid concerns that the same might happen. And, I was very shocked to see this happening because I remember when I was growing up, this was something that used to happen a lot when I was a child, and I just couldn't figure out why. What's happening? Like, why would, first of all, where do these kids even get the ingredients to set their schools on fire? Kerosene. It means that there is some sort of lack of vigilance when we talk about safety and protection measures for our children. And, these are teenagers, they're children. At the end of the day, they are indeed underaged kids. And so a kid is an underage. What am I saying? They are underage. And so I think the beefing, if there's something that the Utumishi girls incident has shown us, is we need to be very vigilant in how we the safety measures rather of our schools. That's one, make sure like do we have like an adult who is on guard, ensuring that nothing fishy is happening. How do we ensure that there's surveillance like 24 hours happening? But even beyond that, the fire wouldn't have happened if the girls were not being treated right, at least according to what the stories, the alleged stories are. So there's also a conversation about the dignity of how we treat our children, the dignity of our kids in school. What are some of the conditions that they are living in? And you could see, like, even from the CCTV camera footage, I was able to see that we had some beds on the alleyway, on the alleyway, would you call it like a corridor of these cubicles that they have been living in. And so that's, it's congested. That means there's not enough space where the kids can actually just move around. And that's just one of it. In terms of, I know a big part of the complaints that I hear high school kids talking about. I mean, I was a high schooler. I know some of the things that we used to complain about was, of course, the food. Yeah, you find that the kids are just like substandard food, man. Like unapata umepikiwa cabbage iko na supu mpaka sijui wapi, na you're supposed to eat it with ugali, and it's perhaps not even enough. And, because we come from different social classes, not everybody can be able to afford maybe the money for snacks or something that can be filling, to the stomach. And then, of course, this madness of, I've never quite understood why kids were made to stay up until 10:30 p.m. during evening preps. Like, what are you doing? Can the kids just go home? Me, if I was president, by the way, you would work an 8 to 5 or even some hours, like an 8 to 3. And that's it. You study at your own pace, catch up, because you wake the students up so early, from 4 a.m. They are in early morning preps, and then they are also dozing late at night at 10:30 p.m. Just forced to stay up, in class. It's something that I've never quite understood. And I mean, I'm speaking from a place of privilege, because I went to a day school, and these are some of the things that I heard a lot of my friends that went to boarding schools talking about. And then there's also issues to do with, like, they were made to shower with cold water, and you're thinking at 4 in the a.m. And some of them went to like really cold places, like really like Kemende cold, Kemende, for our international audiences, is a very cold place as you further advance out of the outskirts of Nairobi. And so, I mean, when you think about all these things, it begs a question to, one, we have to be very serious about our country in terms of beefing up the systems and the structures that we have put in place in all our institutions. And when I say institutions, I do not just mean our schools. I do not, and most probably, I'm not sure that Utumishi was a public school. I'll do my findings, but yeah, like, what kind of conditions are we setting up for the learners, right? They're learners. They need, there has to be some extra effort that is put to ensure that it's a conducive environment for these children. And then we also have the issue of, I guess, the relationship that these kids are coming up in. It shouldn't be military in the way that maybe our generation came up in. Do we have safe spaces where teachers, the management of the school, and the students can come together, have conversations and talk? They get to raise their concerns. But you see, when you grow up in an African household, you grow up in a very military style, and so tulikuwa tunaogopa hata ku air out our grievances. And so I guess that's also could be one of the things where it's like these kids, perhaps they've not been able to be given that space to air out some of the things that have been troubling them, because in African households we are taught to respect our elders, and what they say is final and it is law. And then now you find yourself having to deal with damages of, imagine those kids that died, in a fire. And this is something that could have possibly been solved by people just coming together and hearing these students out. So it's a very dark day. It's a dark day, and I'm just thinking about those parents that lost their children. I mean, you spend a lot of money, a lot of resources, raising up your kid, taking them to school so that at least you can give them a shot in life or at life, only for you to come back and be caught that, like, all your dreams have been shattered. And one of the, like, what a way to just find out that your child has died because their colleagues or their peers in school set ablaze the school. It's very heartbreaking, and on behalf of the entire Power Radio team, our condolences really go out to the families of the affected. And I really do hope that this is something that the Kenyan government should start, or the Ministry of Education at the very least should become very vigilant. If you have to go to each and every school to assess how things are run, look at the facilities, look at the conditions that the kids are living under, then it must happen. It must happen. And it must happen as soon as now. Otherwise, we are going to find ourselves having another incident of automation. Perhaps might be even more outrageous or more dangerous than what has happened, Yeah, so the other kids, where I saw them, they're being arraigned in court now. That's juvenile. We will see what the decision of the court is. But yeah, I saw an interesting conversation online where parents were saying that if these were your children, the perpetrators of the fire, like, what would you do? Would you support their being held hostage into juvenile jail? Or would you tear them? Would you bail them out? What would you do? What would you do? Let me know. Let us know in the comments. Very, very sorry to the families of the affected. And we hope that this can be a lesson. It's sad to get lessons from something as bad as this, but I hope it can plunge us towards the right direction. Right. Then away from schools, we have a lot of clampdowns that are happening in terms of corruption in the country. And this is also a story that the Standard newspaper is leading with this morning. And the Standard newspaper actually captures is that rot at City Hall, cash seizures, wow, corruption investigations, contempt of court cases, police pursuits, and allegations of shielding close allies have plunged Nairobi City Hall into one of the most turbulent periods in its recent history. As senior county officials find themselves at the center of controversies, questions are mounting over accountability and governance within Governor Johnson Sakaja's administration. The arrest of the Urban Development and Planning Chief Officer Patrick Analo, weeks after Finance EC Charles Kerich was sentenced to jail for contempt of court, has intensified scrutiny of the county administration. Yeah, so yesterday, Nairobi County Chief Officer for Urban Development and Planning, Patrick Analo, was arrested by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission officers after 65 million was recovered from his home yesterday. And they were just majestically walking out of his home. Yeah, I'm not so sure. We do have a graft problem in this country. I mean, that's not something that we can glaze over. It's definitely out in the public domain. I'm not so sure that such crackdowns will really do anything to sort of put an end to our corruption problem in this country. I also do not think that just by the fact that they have been, we've seen the like a public display of the arrest, and it has been publicized on either social media or mainstream media. It means that now justice will prevail, because then what happens after? And we have a long string of history where anybody that has been found in such things, like we only see the arrest, but we do not see the aftermath, of that. So what happens after this arrest was done, because that's all we know at this point. And unfortunately, some of these cases just die down because if you have been umefumaniwa na 65 million Kenya shillings, you know that the system is rigged enough to know that some of that money is going to go into the pockets of the people that would be protectors of our justice systems, right? So the only thing that I think should happen, to be honest with you, is a more rigorous systemic protection mechanism, right? Where you are like, by the time that somebody is even, like things like the transaction, because this money just doesn't appear out of the clouds, right? We have transaction messages, or like you can find a footprint of how the monies move. So can we catch them from the first time when this money is being transferred, right? And of course, as Kenyans, the best way that we deal with the problems that we have is create a lot of memes and make jokes out of it. I saw a lot of memes saying that corruption is only bad if I'm not benefiting from it. And so, yeah, it was just a way of Kenyans saying. But, the Standard newspaper does indeed raise a good question in terms of accountability and the governance style of how Nairobi is run under the Johnson Sakaja's administration. I mean, there's so many controversies. Today you hear this, tomorrow you hear the other, and it I guess that the main problem that we are dealing with as a nation is this like it's a very well-oiled machine where we do not have any space for accountability. That's number one, because the systems that have been put in place, for example, the courts that are supposed to hold these leaders accountable, they are rigged. So that's one, yeah. Then, secondly, I also think that the Mtu Wetu philosophy is a very bad joke in this country, where you tend to find that certain positions are held by people that come through the back door. And so it becomes a little bit warped to try and ingilia katikati, kwa sababu there's a relationship of the people that make it into these spaces. So yeah, it's like they're the same friends, they go to the same golf clubs, they are running deals. And then that's another thing. When you come into a national or even county government office and you start running it as your own personal business, instead of thinking it as you've come there to serve the Kenyan people, it becomes a problem. That's not your entryway to now start amassing all the wealth that you could amass, and using your office and using the credentials of your office to make all the deals and getting all these tenders. And I mean, there's definitely more legal ways to make money. Even if you want to be contracted for something like a tender, how about you use the right channels? There are legal channels towards that. So yeah, I'm not very excited about the him being arrested. I don't think it's gonna do anything. What we deal with is not an individual case of graft. Graft and corruption in Kenya is more systemic than an individual problem. And so if we want to deal with it all together, let's nail it on the head. Let's cut out the head of this snake. Otherwise, it's just going to keep biting us, And yeah. But that's just about it. Leads us to the end of our newspaper review today. Please grab your copies of the dailies to get the full scoop of some of the stories that they have given a headlight. And that is that. Now, we are going to get into some music break, and then when we come back, my guests are already in studio with me, and we are going to be talking about voter registration, civic engagement, the importance of creating spaces for those that rarely make it into the discussion. So please start sending in your questions. Again, you can get us on our socials, Power Radio, as we get into that conversation. See you in a bit.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Umenitesa nimetosheka, roho imezoea, ukitoka ninajua leo sitatulia, kile nafikiria huna idea, yale napitia, I know you know. I watch you put on makeup, standing by the mirror, your vibration is familiar. Yeah, it's a trigger, nakumbuka ukiweza kunifurahia. I wish you would stay, but I know you moved on. Nakujua tena sana, nikikuona najua kile unawaza. And you know, naeza jua ukidanganya. So I find it so confusing when you lie, love. It gets so lonely, usiku tanipata na mawazo. You say you love me, but najua uliniachanga kitambo. Najua uliniachanga kitambo. Oh. Najua uliniachanga kitambo. Nimezeeka, so sitakasirika. Nimeona ya dunia, sitalipishia. Tenda utatendwa, kwanza na unayempenda. Binadamu akiumia, bado atarudia. Nakujua tena sana, nikikuona najua kile unawaza. And you know, naeza jua ukidanganya. So I find it so confusing when you lie, love. It gets so lonely, usiku tanipata na mawazo. You say you love me, but najua uliniachanga kitambo. Najua uliniachanga kitambo. Oh. Najua uliniachanga kitambo. Oh. It gets so lonely, usiku tanipata na mawazo. You say you love me, but najua uliniachanga kitambo. Najua ushamua misi wako.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Slams on the track.
It's funny how love can find us
places, on a crowded subway car, or in unfamiliar spaces. Just the whispers of reminders of the warmth that we know. Nishike mkono, karibia kidogo, and listen to me. Please put your hand across my heart. Feel the way it beats for you. I'm singing rhythm in the blues, all for you, my baby. Please lay your head on my shoulder. Feel the way it's meant for you. I'm singing rhythm in the blues, all for you, for you. I will give it up for you. I would risk it all for you. Put my money all on you. You. Funny how love can find us in the weirdest of places. Kwenye daladala, kwenye bodaboda, hata mjengoni. Please put your hand across my heart. Feel the way it beats for you. I'm singing rhythm in the blues, all for you, my baby. Please lay your head on my shoulder. Feel the way it's meant for you. I'm singing rhythm in the blues, all for you, for you. I will give it up for you. I would risk it all for you. Put my money all on you. You. And if it's true that you love me, if I would do it all for you, oh, would you give it all for me? Would you give me your money?
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
You pull me closer when the cold comes through. The world can wait, I've got plans with you. Even silence sounds like something true. And the morning starts in your precious view. I see a smile in the little things. Umeniongezea uhai sitaki kujinx. When the sun sneaks in and it paints your face, that's my favorite kind of grace. You don't even know how you steal the day. Ninakuwaza wewe pekee. You don't even know how you steal the day. Ninakuwaza wewe pekee. questioning all of my senses. Nanizamisha, can I get a life vest? Now you know all my vices. Eye contact, game over. Mbona time uende mbio when you come over. Cheza kwa maringo tukuone. You're no longer single cause I own it. Hakuna mwingine nataka. Hakuna. You don't even know how you still there. Inakuwaza wewe pekee. Hakuna mwingine nataka. Hakuna. You don't even know how you still there. Inakuwaza wewe pekee. Hakuna mwingine nataka. Hakuna. You don't even know how you still there. Inakuwaza wewe pekee. Inakuwaza wewe pekee. Inakuwaza wewe pekee.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
So we give love this way. Ya dunia yanakuwa bearable. When we give love, cause we know one of all that we got to heal the world. Even now, day at a time. Everybody's got silent battles inside alone. Yes, it's a wonderful world where the sun don't always shine. The river of life. How do you breathe with your head underwater? We try to keep it all together. Ooh, only just know how we get through these days every day. Yeah. We try to keep it all together. Ooh, only just know how we get through these days every day, every day. So we give love that way. Ya dunia yanakuwa bearable. And we give more, cause we love. Only we get to heal the world. So much to see, like I'm awake inside a dream. Yes, it's a wonderful world, even where the sun don't shine. I feel it in the air too, same truth, buried deep inside my bones. Oh, buried deep inside my bones. Saying give love this way. Ya dunia yanakuwa bearable. You know. Yeah. Saying give love because we know what we got to heal the world. Ooh, you give love, yeah. This way. Ya dunia yanakuwa bearable. It always bearable. Singing give love. Oh, don't you know we're all from each other. Sometimes, ooh, singing give love. Ooh.
sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, that is the very powerful voice of Nyawera Siren. The song is Love Song, and it is playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike, and if you're just joining us, you're just in time for our very, very hot conversation this Friday morning. Remember, you can get in touch with us on all our social platforms. You can find us on X, on Facebook, on Instagram. Talk about TikTok. We are there. Please go there. Interact with us. We would love to hear from you. You can also call us live or text us or send us a voice note. We would love to hear from you as well. The number to do that is 0748 379 231 as we get into our gig, as we get into our conversation. Right now, today we are joined by a very incredible and dynamic team from Mzalendo Trust as well as Badili Africa, and we are going to be talking about Beyond the Ballot, political education, women's political spaces, and civic participation. How do we ensure that we are creating spaces for all those three things that I have talked about? And to help us unpack this discussion, I am joined by a gentleman and a lady, and I will allow them to introduce themselves, and they'll tell us what they do and the organizations that they work with. And I'll start with the gentleman on my immediate left. Karibuni sana Power Radio.
Asante sana. My name is Nico Odhiambo,
Yes.
Project Assistant Badili Africa. Really glad to be here. I'm really glad to have this opportunity to like really explain what we do. And yeah, I'm happy to be here to share what we do. And
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to the lady on my far left.
Okay, thank you for having me. So my name is Loiser Osoro. I'm a communication personnel at Mzalendo Trust. So Mzalendo Trust is a parliamentary monitoring organization. So basically we demystify the processes that undergo in parliament and relating to the public.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Amazing. I mean, it's incredible. So I will for the introduction of this conversation, we kind of just want to understand what these two organizations do. Yes, for better context to understand later on our discussion. So, like for example, Mzalendo, I mean, you guys have created such an amazing tool that help us. I remember when we were at the People Dialogue Festival, and that's when I first even got to know about this tool. So talk to us a little bit about what was the idea behind creating this tool, how have Kenyans responded to it, and have you seen any response from the duty bearers, the ones that you hold accountable from this? Yeah, how has that been?
Okay, we have several civic tech tools. I can talk for one, like the Promise Tracker. I think the response is positive because a lot of people, for instance, we have been named in Al Jazeera so that those guys use our Promise Tracker to hold our leaders accountable.
Yeah.
So there was an interview with, is it Murkomen? And they had to ask him about the promises that they had given the Kenyan people, and they had not fulfilled those promises, and they based the argument on our Promise Tracker. So I feel like it is helping the public because we can hold our leaders accountable. We can see that the promises that they made before, prior to the campaigns, or prior to the elections, now they are not fulfilling them, and we can follow them if it's the budgets, if it's the everything else all around.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's amazing. I you know, it could have been any other thing, but why civic tech, for example, from Zalendo?
Because I feel like we have an intergenerational demographic. We have older people, we have young people. So we need to reach to everybody.
Yeah.
And these are the tools that can help us,
Yeah.
reach to all those groups.
Right.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Good job. Nico Odhiambo.
Yes.
And off air we were joking whether you have met the other Nick or has the other Nick met you.
He has met me.
He has met you.
He has to.
Nico Odhiambo, mkutane na Nick mwingine mwenzako hapa. Yeah, I mean, Badili Africa, what an incredible incredible space, especially for feminizing the political space, I mean, among other things. So talk to us a little bit about the amazing work that you guys are doing at Badili Africa.
Yeah, so for Badili Africa, like you've just explained, we are feminizing political spaces. So for right now, we are redefining how, the political and civic participation, how it is, especially for young women in campus especially. We work with young women 18 to 20. We do a lot of civic education. We do, we handhold these women who want to get into politics. We capacity strengthen them. We link them to mentors. Yeah, and it's a good journey because for now, we are seeing like so many, especially, among the youth, young women are really ready to lead, really ready to occupy these spaces. And that is what we do at Badili Africa. It's been quite the journey. I can tell you of the successes that we've had. The two young ladies that were here the other day.
Alice and Maureen.
Yeah, Alice and Maureen.
Incredible young women.
Maureen told you she's the position she's occupying right now.
Yeah.
She's the first female
in
leader
10 years.
in like 10 years.
That was amazing.
So that is one of the successes that we've had.
Yeah.
We've also been in Machakos University. We have like a really great team of young women who are passionate about leadership, passionate about, the plight of the young woman. And we've held their hands. And I can say for now, we've engaged about 2,000 young women and 18 have occupied these spaces of leadership. And especially at the executive, these spaces in what wanasema, they're not really meant for like women. These are spaces meant for men, like the executive seats, for example. So Badili Africa, we are passionate about leadership, we are passionate about civic engagement, and we do it in a fun way.
Yeah.
I'll give an example of the political spa that we were discussing earlier.
Yes.
We are merging beauty with civic education.
Yeah. When is the next salon? I really want to come and get free makeup.
Yeah, for sure. Because
makeup is expensive.
Makeup is
These
expensive.
streets,
Makeup is expensive. And the idea around, merging beauty with civic education is a really great one, because having people sitting down and discussing, because we call it transformative gossip. Because utaenda kwa salon, yes, ama kwa barbershop, for example, and we do talk about everyday issues that affect us. Maybe leo nimepandanganya, nimelipa 150. Why is that the issue? Maybe there's a school hapa down, wall imeanguka, there's nothing being done about it. And you find that in these spaces where people actually, the common everyday mwananchi anakuja, and we have like really great conversations. So we are like, how do we find a way to harness this like energy and maybe even harness the anger, because a lot of people are really angry right now with like the state of issues in this country. So we decided, let us have like a space where young women can come, especially have makeup done. And at the same time have, for example, now the makeup artist engaging you in a conversation, and you get to discuss things that really affect you. For example, for the young women, it's matters maybe their safety, it's matters education, matters even affording the basic like cosmetics, for example. These are issues that affect us across the board, and we have to have these discussions. So the next time we're having one, I'll for sure invite you. There are really like creative ways of having, civic knowledge out there. We get to engage these young women, how to mobilize, how to organize, how to coordinate. And at the end of the day, we do have a lot of young women who commit. And our stories, our numbers, they speak for themselves. It's something that is working.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's amazing. So then now, Mzalendo and Badili come together and create this amazing campaign, which is Badis Kwa Ballot. Now, we talked in depth about Badis Kwa Ballot, and perhaps you could now tell us, you can still tell us again, because now it's you guys who came together with the idea. First things first, I mean, I think what I like about this is the partnership, Why is it so important for us to, even in the CSO space, to come together and work towards one goal, which obviously all of us, I hope all of us are working towards a nation that we all dream about. So why is it important for us to keep harnessing the importance and leveraging strategic partnerships to ensure that we are reaching as many people as possible? I'll start with you, then we'll come to Loiser.
Yeah, for sure. Badis Kwa Ballot is very timely in how we are tackling these issues, and in partnership with Mzalendo as well. So we harness our strengths and our partners, because like you said, the civil society, we are like the last front in, protecting democracy. So Buddies Go Ballot was just an idea of how do we get more young women specifically, because that is our niche. We do work with young women to get them into spaces of, democracy, not just as participants, but as leaders as well. So the idea was, because we had seen the numbers that came out that IBC published as of March 2026, I believe, not a lot of, I'd say not so many young women were turning up to vote. And we were like, how do we engage them in a fun way? Like you would ask Buddies Go Ballot, why the moniker Buddies Go Ballot? Buddies already, like young women already identify as, like baddies online, like kill too. So we were like, this is a really good initiative to get many young women to show up, not just to register to vote, but to show up at the ballot. Because you may register to vote, yes, but the videos and everything. But the important thing is we want you to understand why you need to vote, why you need to show up, why do we need change that is accountable, that is issue-based.
Yeah.
And that is just Buddies Go Ballot in a nutshell.
Right.
We are doing this, especially we have done this in campus, because campus is where we get to engage with young women aged 18 to 24. We've done this in peri-urban and urban settings. And we also we also do this online as well, because we have really great influencers who've been pushing this message for us, creating like really great narratives around why do you need to vote as a young woman? What's in it for you to show up and to, have a leader who understands what your plight is. For example, affording cosmetics, that is something that is really important for a young woman. That is something I believe. Your safety matters. Gender-based violence. These are issues that if you understand why you need to vote and who you need to vote for, we will actualize real change, especially for our young women. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Loiser.
Okay, so I think it's about inclusivity. One of the key pillars that Mzalendo Trust works with is inclusion. So it's about inclusivity, reaching out to the marginalized communities. And we know women have been for so long underrepresented, even in the current parliament. We can even go back to 1959 when we only had one woman in parliament. Even as recent as 2007, we had less than 10% of women composition in parliament. So it's about reaching to the marginalized communities. That is why Buddies Go Ballot, reaching to the young women. Let's empower them, encourage them so that they come, as Nick said, they come out in large numbers so that at least we have that equality. Not that leadership is about men. It's about we remove all the biasness historically, culturally, and then empower these young women so that we have those equal systems, structures out here.
Yeah.
Yes.
He talked about the importance of leveraging, narratives, because when the campaign is mostly digital, I believe,
Yes.
and then of course the offline is like the voter registration and whatnot. I do tend to believe that in Kenya we have a narrative problem, and it's either when you're pushing for something that is meaningful, it's easy for the counter narratives to actually be the ones that are more louder, and that means that now whatever you're trying to achieve is kind of just mumbled and jumbled up. So how are you thinking about the narrative sharing? What kind of narratives are even being shared? And how do we create a culture in this country where narratives also form part of the conversation? Because I think it's important. The stories that we tell are who we tend to become. How are you going about the curation of the narratives? Because it's easy to think as the curators that maybe, I don't know, what is the most baddiest thing that a baddie can do? Maybe like I don't know, something weird, but then it might not translate to the people that you're trying to get to actually come onto these ballot spaces. So how do you think about that?
For sure. The digital space is really important when it comes to defending democracy. Just across the board. We have people who are really informed, who can package civic information in ways that can, especially for youth who nowadays, it seems like every other person nowadays has a smartphone and has access to the internet. And you're like, since you spend so much time on your phone, so you spend so much time on your digital devices, how can we leverage that time for you? So the digital space is really important in shaping narratives that last and narratives that are meant to kind of just have you informed about, everyday politics, matters leadership, matters governance. And I can say it is working because it's something that we've been doing over the years. Like I explained, we do have influencers who help us create and push messages out there. For example, you can, through the digital space, you can, you can engage with people. You can create movements that last. People are divided by geographical boundaries and everything. But on the digital space, you can create a movement of people who have the same ideologies, who share the same vision, the same passions, and it's all about having the right ideas, having the right even the handles, the creative handles that you come up with. These are things that they do somehow, have a lasting effect on how you think about, matters governance, matters leadership. And with the Buddies Kwa Ballot, it is something that we decided to heavily leverage on, because on the online spaces, we have young people who have come out to package messages in a fun, relatable way for the rest of the people to consume. And, young people like consuming things mbio chap chap.
Yeah.
Like, I can remember there are so many people who came out during the 2024 finance bill protest, for example, just to break down the technical, jargon about how, what does this mean for you? What does this mean for affordability and everything, like buying food, buying this, buying that. So we've gotten a community of especially young people, especially young women, which we are really proud of. People who have come out who are ready to, create messages that last. And also, which was something that's really important, countering mis and disinformation. It is something that really affects, for example, candidates, young women candidates. They do face so many attacks from people online.
Yeah.
Like someone is just out to discredit you and everything.
Yeah.
But knowing what to look out for, it's something that we incorporate as part of narrative forming. And it's been working. I can say it's been working.
Yeah.
We've seen the examples, like I mentioned, with the we were able to mobilize. We were able to mobilize people who turned out to basically defend, the rights of the common mwananchi, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want us to come back to something that you said, which is inclusion. And when I hear of the word Buddies Kwa Ballot, right? In as much as I understand where you come from, it's you're trying to create this inclusionary tale for every young woman, but not every woman identifies as a baddie. I'm thinking about the rural women, for example. Do you see how exclusionary it can be? So how are you thinking about all these demographics of young women that might not necessarily have the same struggles, for example, with a baddie from Westlands, it's giving people from the upper side of town, but then there's somebody maybe in some what is the farthest town you can think about in this country, somewhere deep in like Molo, just for the watu wa Molo by them msinikujie. So how, because yes, it seems as if there's a little bit of a clash there. So how do we ensure that we are not excluding some demographics by creating a narrative that seems inclusive?
Okay, I think like the slogan Buddies Kwa Ballot is just a slogan that you identify with. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be 18 to 25. I can be 30-something but still identify as a baddie on the ballot. It's a matter of arming yourself with that card to, to participate in your democratic right. So as Nick said earlier on, we usually we did this in an urban and urban centers. So it really is not about, cities and towns. And yeah, I'll admit you have not gone to the remote
Yeah, the really remote places.
Yeah, and there are
but
young
we've
women
been to
there
Njoro.
too. Yeah, you've been to Njoro.
Yes, and we are not targeting only campus students. We usually go to the slums. We started with Kawangware, so we try to reach to those other remote places so that we can. You just need to identify. It's not about matter of being in the city, matter of being a certain age, age set or age group. Yeah, it's about arming yourself with that card. Yes.
Wow. And so, like, what are some of the barriers that you've been able to identify, and how differently do they compare? For example, a woman in a campus in Nairobi might have completely different struggles from a woman in deep down in Njoro, whether they are economic barriers, whether they be social, whether they be cultural, whether they be political. Yes, and how do we ensure that we are creating space for sort of equalizing them, because they do not come from the same plane. Yeah.
I think the barriers cuts across historically, culturally, financially. Yeah, because somebody in Nairobi will have access to an internet, unlike somebody in the remote, in Busia or somewhere there. So they won't be of the same, even opportunity-wise.
Yeah.
Somebody in Nairobi can go somewhere and then work for a day and get money, unlike somebody in those remote areas. But then again, if we want to participate in democracy, we want to have these equal opportunities and, equal everything. We need really to have those leaders that will work for the benefit of this community. So I feel like if you go out there and talk to these young women and make them understand or bring the political into the reality of them, talk to you as you in Busia, what affects you most. So I relate the politics and what affects you. And when I come to Nakuru, Nairobi, I talk to the young woman in Nairobi with what affects her most in Nairobi.
Yeah.
That's how they can relate to this, democracy, everything, politics. So that when I'm going to vote, I know I'm going to vote for the benefit of that one thing that is affecting me in Busia. And these will be voting for the benefit of or that disadvantage she has in Nairobi.
Right.
Yes.
I want to come to you, Nicholas. And, we talk a lot about meaningful participation, meaningful democratic building. But we seem not to quite understand what the meaning of meaningful participation is. So what is it, and how do we ensure that young women are actually meaningfully being involved?
Meaningful participation in our context is you getting to understand what do you want for yourself as an individual, and by extension, what do you want for the future of your country or for your the group you identify with, basically. For most people, or maybe in the past, this is the age of information, and you can access information easily on digital platforms and everything. But back in the past, when people really didn't understand, for example, why do we need to vote?
Yeah.
For people, it's about ticking boxes. For example, I may fall prey to a leader telling me I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But if you don't really understand what that means for you as an individual, you will most likely just vote because I'm 18 and over and I have a voter's card and I'm just going to vote.
Yeah.
So meaningful participation really is understanding what does this vote mean for me. We've had issues in the past where politicians come, they sell their agendas and everything, and after 5 years in office, they have nothing to show for it. So I'll talk about the aspect, the perspective of the young woman.
Yeah.
Getting to understand what does my vote mean for me? What do I want to see change in maybe the next 2 years, 3 years, and after the politician has done his time and everything. Meaningful participation is about being heard, basically. So many people, especially young women, have been marginalized, have been left to fend for themselves, basically. The issues are not being addressed at the devolved level, at the national level. We've had even currently, like what we are going through right now, like we've had so many cases of violence against women and girls.
Yeah.
But we have leaders who claim that, yes, we are here for you, we listen to you, and this is going to change. But nothing is happening. So meaningful participation is basically just understanding, what do I want to see my leader do differently? And personally, as an individual, even if, because for me, it is not just being about a voter, it is assuming that if it were me, for example, if it were me, what would I want to see change? If, for example, I were to occupy this seat today, what would I change? And it's just about inclusive politics. It's about issue-based politics, not just like having conversations that don't really lead anywhere.
Yeah.
So meaningful engagement, meaningful civic engagement is just inclusivity, like my colleague said. It's about driving agendas that last, that do serve the people. Things that really do address what you go through every day, whether for a young woman, whether it's, my safety, nikitembea usiku, can I walk at a certain time of night? Can I afford to do my hair, for example? Can I afford to pay for my education? So it's just, getting someone to really embrace what they want change to look like for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned in earlier that you do reach out to the older politicians, in terms of like looking for mentorship opportunities. Have
Yes.
they been helpful? Have
Yes.
they been helpful?
I can say
Yeah.
For the young women that we've worked with,
Yeah.
We do have like activities in the past where we've invited politicians, and mentorship goes a really long way in actualizing the dreams of a young woman who wants to be a leader someday. I don't know whether I can name drop, but we've had politicians who are like really willing, especially women politicians, who are ready to handhold, who are ready to help them network with other established leaders at the, maybe at the national level, for example. We've had not just political leaders, but we've had leaders in industry, leaders in business, leaders in commerce, leaders in all other spaces, because for me it's the same blueprint. We do encounter the same challenges, and it's like climbing a ladder where for a young woman it's not really easy, especially to decide you wake up one day and you're like, I've always had this dream to be a leader. How am I going to achieve this? We may capacity strengthen you, we may lead you towards where you can acquire resources and everything. But mentorship is really it's a dynamic that really changes everything for these young women leaders. And with our experience, because we started early, we started from campus, and we try to bridge this into national leadership, and having those leaders in our conventions or our activities, for example, has been really helpful, because I can say for a fact, bridging campus leadership and national leadership, it's only possible. It's something that is still like in the making, but I really do believe in hand-holding and mentorship coming from established political leaders, because there are a lot of challenges that young women may encounter, especially with, knowing the right people, knowing where to get advice, how to maneuver the political space. Funding, exactly. Funding is something that is
a big
really,
one. I've had
it's
a lot
really
of,
big issue.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you an example of a research that we did. It's called the political system that excludes young women from the political space, basically.
Is it open to the public?
At the moment, we are the research is out. I can share it with you guys.
Sure.
But the book was published. We released it earlier this year in January, and it basically just explores the experiences that young women have had running for elections in 2017 compared to 2022.
What were your findings?
The findings are the challenges are so many, like with funding, with even getting party nominations. It's really become an issue. And there's this narrative that goes around that women are not really meant for leadership and everything. In this day and age, in 2026, there are people who believe that women are meant for the softer roles and everything. We have people who think that you cannot really last in leadership, because what we are seeing is a system that is ingrained in us, whether it's financial, whether it's cultural, whether it's social. It really does it sets aside young women, women in general, but mostly young women because they're the most left behind. And the challenges with stepping into these leadership roles, they are actually really real. And what the research shows is that if you're willing to support these young women, if you're willing to hold their hands, if you're willing to believe in their dreams of leadership, it is something that is actually can be actualized.
Yeah.
It's
That's very interesting. Like patriarchy is quite a big barrier when it comes to the inclusion. Yeah. Loiser is like, I know. Talk to us about that, because it's very deeply entrenched in us, and we're always talking about if they don't invite us to the table, then we will come with our own table. There is a little bit of a double standard when it comes to dealing with women who want to vie for these positions of power. I'm tending to find a pattern is that women are always having to do more to readjust themselves to a system that was not even created with them in mind. So how do we think about this, and what can we do?
Okay, first to add to what Nick had said, we also have a research called The Cost of Politics.
Is it open?
You can find, it's open.
Right.
You can find it on our website, that is www.mzalendo.com. You'll see the cost that it really takes for you as a young woman to vie for that position, for you to vie for that MCA role and all that.
Yeah.
So back to the stereotyping. I feel like these stereotypes are still there to make a woman feel lesser important in the decision-making tables. And what this impacts us is that we find that now we do not have, you see, for instance, like the nomination roles. Nita nominate mwanaume alafu sita nominate mwanamke. Because I feel like a man is the one meant to lead, not a woman. If I nominate you, nitapoteza pesa zangu, nitapoteza, fame yangu kufikia watu on the ground. And it has really negatively impacted the women, because we find even on the floor of the house, you cannot have bills like breastfeeding mothers bill or reproductive assisted bill coming into the floor of the house if it was only like a man, parliament structure. We need these women here to come up, because now they'll talk about children, they'll talk about women, unlike the counterparts, that is the male MPs or leaders. So I feel like we in this age still, even if we'll say that we do equality is here, we are fighting for it, still patriarchal is at par, iko hapa juu. So kidogo we need to do this civic awareness to at least to ondoe kidogo that nuances.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's stick with you, Loiser. As is Kenyan culture, we tend to move on very quickly from the discussions that are at hand. And I do foresee that, in 2027, right now, every page you turn to, every social media campaign, it's all about panel beating, this voter registration manenos. But then August 2027 is gonna come, and there's going to be a Kenya beyond August 2027. And what we find ourselves in a threat of is a citizenry that now will also revert back to being disengaged politically, because there's not much, of a big electioneering period or electioneering year as 2027. So when you think about sustaining the momentum beyond the ballot 2027, how do we create spaces where this is happening? Because political engagement and civic participation is beyond just a general election.
Yeah.
There's many other issues that we have to deal with as a country, but it feels as if right now we are all set on set as a flint,
Voting.
just very tunnel visioned on this 2027. But then we forget that there's responsibility and duty and civic duty that awaits for us beyond 2027. Yeah. So how do we ensure that we do not lose that momentum?
One, I feel like first as citizens, we need to know that democracy does not end with voting. And I feel like that is where CSOs come in. That is where Badili come in. That is where Mzalendo Trust come in. That is where the media comes in. We need to continue the civic education. We do not do it only for Niko Kadi, Badis kwa Ballot. And then after that, full stop.
Yeah.
We need to tell them that you can be part of the decision-making process. You can be, there's public participation call. What have we like CSOs done to make the people know that this call is out here, and then you need to fill the memoranda to submit to parliament. If you're not okay with the law, you need to tell the public that, do you know you can petition parliament because of this? Do you know there are legal channels you can take or steps to go and say, no, this law is burdening the citizens of Kenya?
Yeah.
We need to educate. I think we need to continue with the civic awareness beyond the ballot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nicholas, let's talk about policy gaps. And there's definitely a lot of policy gaps, for example, when it comes to the underrepresentation of women, and this is just not about making, it's not about women that run for political positions. It's much bigger than that. You could be an ordinary woman in the community, but you're still finding ways in your day to day. You could be an artist and you're politically involved in one way or the other. So from a policy standpoint, what work is happening? Is there work that Badili Africa is doing to ensure that you're advocating for policy changes and frameworks? How is that advocacy coming along, if at all you're doing it, to ensure that we are not just talking amongst ourselves in, our echo chambers, but something is being actualized on a policy base? And we have a constitution that already gives us the go-ahead. We talk about gender quotas, we talk about gender mainstreaming, but yes, we might have a very rosy constitution, but constitutionalism, that's a different case altogether. So how do we go about this advocacy for policy changes?
For policy, because these are issues that do affect people, these are real issues that do affect people, backed by law.
Yeah.
And for us, basically, we take the path of, first of all, with the people that we've worked with we do work with different groups. We do not just work with our direct target groups, who are the young women, and the other groups of women who are mobilizers as well.
Yeah.
But we do involve them in ways to better understand what policies are all about and what do they need to really look out for.
Yeah.
And not just that, but if I'm going to fight for my inclusion of this issue or to be backed by this policy and everything, where can I necessarily, turn to better hold these people who are responsible for, implementing these policies accountable? I'll give you an example of some work that we were doing about 2 years ago in JKUAT. We had the SGBV policy in JKUAT, which had been kind of, inactive for a while now, since, you can imagine, from 2013. So we did involve these young women. We did involve the different groups like I was talking about. We do involve their duty bearers who are the administration, for example, in school. We do involve the gender desk in the school. We bring these people together and we discuss, okay, what are the gaps? What are we, where do we see the problems are, and where are we willing to work to combine our efforts to, mitigate these issues? And by the time we were done, we did encounter challenges, yes, but I can say it has been a success because imagine being a student in a school, but you can imagine maybe someone gropes you, someone calls you a certain name, someone calls you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But as we are speaking at the moment, it is safe to even, leave class at maybe 7 p.m. Imagine you not being able to feel safe with, your fellow students and everything. But policy is really important because policies do inform laws that are put in place to counter some of these issues that we do face on a daily basis. So Badili Africa is really big on, having these spaces where, because we've realized having civic engagement in a nutshell in the spaces where different groups are really most comfortable. We call them the unconventional spaces where we do get to discuss issues across the board, whether it's policy, whether it's politics, whether it's governance, accountability. And we just find a way to make those spaces lead to something tangible, something that can work for these groups. We do this in places that you wouldn't assume people would be talking about politics, because what you've realized is politics or leadership and governance, it's not something that should be, because people have had this idea that politics is only for people with briefcases and wearing expensive suits, and it's done in boardrooms and everything. But going into these places where people are already organized, people are already coordinating, discussing these issues, it's easier to now bridge the gap. Like we said, okay, now we have you people here. You've been discussing this. You have been facing these issues. Now, how do we as an organization come in? So we bring in the resources. We bring in the people who are in these spaces, whether it's, the institutions, even the media have been helping us, to shape narratives that can then contribute to having policies that last and do inform laws that will benefit, especially our young women and women in general, the youth across the board.
Cross-cutting issues. He's just talked about cross-cutting issues. And I wonder, because of the 360-degree approach, right? Because we need to think about matters on a 360 approach, whether it's climate justice, for instance, that is also a governance conversation and problem. Are young women aware of the cross-cutting issues, and why it is that we keep talking about your voting issues and you're not voting individuals? Okay. Yeah.
I can't confidently say that they are aware of the issues that are hindering them from everything politics. And that is why I still insist that civic education needs to go on, because you can say somebody's aware, but maybe someone is aware to this limit. Someone knows, okay, maybe now that I can vote or I have this card to vote, this is the far I can go. I have, participated in this. That is my right, this democratic right. But they need to know that beyond that, there's a lot that they can do. So we need to continue educating them, because we cannot gauge and say everybody is informed or has this knowledge. And that is why we need to use different platforms that the youngsters, like TikTok, Instagram, I don't think Facebook. and
this is millennials, surely. Millennials that identify as baddies. So to exclude to
to some extent. We actually did the initiative even on Facebook. The Baddies Kwa Ballot challenge was even because it culminated to a video challenge, and we did it even on Facebook. So, because we know this power, sometimes the parents hold them. A parent can say, and then she's like, or he's like, there's a challenge here, and they have the conversation with their children, and that is how civic education continues. It is not a matter of formal, even informal, even the conversation we're having, we are doing the education right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like just by continuing that is how we can reach the wider people. Yes.
Right. I'm going to, because we're almost out of time, I'm going to do a little fun game here. And I don't have a name for it, but we will see what comes out of it. So I'm gonna give you a prompt, and then you're going to try to explain as much as possible to our audience and why they should identify themselves as a baddie kwa ballot, right? So the prompt is: a ballot baddie is informed. Nicholas.
A ballot body is informed because at the end of the day, we should really take it as a responsibility, or as tunasemanga wajibu wetu, to know as much as possible about matters governance, matters politics, matters civic engagement. So a body who is informed is someone who knows what does leadership mean for me, what does having someone who is willing to represent my issues at all levels of government, what does that mean for me, what does that mean for me being able to afford something like pads, for example, being able to afford an education, being able to be employed, being able to access everyday social amenities, even going for a trip. That is something that really depends on how informed are you about what decision you can make at the ballot, being able to vote for the right person, and not just that, but being able to embody what good leadership is all about as an individual, because at the end of the day, we're all leaders in our own right. So that's what defines it for me.
Well done. Yeah. Right, let's come to Loiser. A ballot baddie clocks it. What do they clock?
Okay. First, I'll quote Article 1 of the Constitution.
Right.
Sovereignty is with the people. The power is with me. So first clock it.
Clock it.
If I have that power, then I need to do everything. It's like I'm hiring the leaders, right? It's the leaders, I'm the employer, they're the employees. They need to do the work that I put them there to do. I need to hold them accountable. I can't hire you and then leave you. Never check on the work that you're doing. I need to hold you accountable. I need to follow up on the budget, see that the promise you made, you fulfilled them, see everything. So for a body kwa ballot for a lady or a youngster, to ensure that the leaders that they've put there are following every other step, I need to be informed. I need to follow on these, like, the TV is not for the older generation. The news is not for the older generation. I can get this news everywhere, simplified, and that way I can hold the leaders accountable.
So clock it.
Clock it.
All right.
Yes.
Ballot baddie is not
Ballot buddy is not someone who doesn't really follow up with issues that are affecting them. Ballot buddy is someone who's not just on TikTok. TikTok is fun and everything, but what are you doing on TikTok? Like, are you just watching like the latest trends and the latest like dances and everything? Or are you following up on, what is going on in the country? How am I going to, if I wake up tomorrow, like, is what I was experiencing 2 weeks ago going to be the same reality? Like, do we still have, am I still going to be worried about my safety and everything? So a ballot buddy is someone who is anajituma kukua Kiswahili ngumu. Ballot buddy is someone who's really
avoided like the Ebola,
like the plague,
that is in Laikipia right now.
Yeah, so
Are you sure it is?
Well,
so for a buddy, it's cool to be invested in politics. Yeah, at this big age. Okay, we all young people. Kitambo, all we were really interested in is maybe futa for the men, like sports. If it's for the women, maybe the reality shows and everything. But right now, it's a real issue. Like, you have to know what politics is all about. How does it affect me? And you have to go out there to actively seek this information. And we are really, privileged to be in an age where information is instant, globally, regionally, locally. So we have to take advantage of that. The body has to take advantage of that. And I believe that with that, being informed, being knowledgeable, being able to, quote issues happen apale, being able to lead, hold your leaders accountable, it all depends on you knowing, just basically being informed.
yeah.
Yes.
I love that. And last but not least, a ballot baddie is not what?
Is not somebody who will just know the price of foundation, price of lipstick, price of different hairstyles, but doesn't know that there's a budget that goes into that prices. Doesn't know that the education she's getting, there's somebody behind that capitation, somebody behind that funding.
Yeah. Somebody
Who doesn't know, if I use this cosmetic product and I'm burnt and I go to the hospital and I like that healthcare facility, there's a failure somewhere that is leading me not to have this healthcare. You have to know that everything that happens starts from a point, and that point is the leadership, and that leaders, you are the one who put them there, and if you are the one who put them there, you are the one to hold them accountable.
I love that, and that is the end of our very on-spot game. As we conclude our conversation, there's many things that that have come up of this, but what would your clarion call for every young woman out there who perhaps hayuko kadi, perhaps they don't see the the importance of them, being registered or being engaged civically and politically? This is your camera. I want you to look at them and tell them why they need to get with the program. And then malizie na hashtag Buddies kwa Ballot.
The buddies out there.
Yes.
Maze ni kubaya. So for me, I'd like to encourage people to go out there, exercise your democratic mandate. The Constitution, gives you the privilege of, exercising your vote. So, endo konje chukua kura, show up at the ballot, know what you want at the ballot, pigia ule mtu mwenye unaaminia can actually, actualize your vision of your dreams of a better future. So yeah, Buddies kwa Ballot, kila mtu atoke huko nje achukue kura. The youth across the board, especially young women, please. Young women are the majority. We have the female majority, and you have the upper hand. And yes, I'd just like to encourage everyone to, be invested in this country. This country is the only country that we have. Next year is elections, and we want to, see things change, basically. So, yeah, hashtag Buddies kwa Ballot. Yes.
Right. Loiser.
Me, I'll say, sisi ndo tuko na powers. And if we have the powers, let's use that power. So, tushike kura, lakini tusishike tu kura na to vote. Let's be informed. Let's consume, news that really are meaningful and knowledgeable to us. Tusiangalie tu trends za, unajua, nani alikuwa kwa runaway, ni model yupi. Let's know that there are other things that really affect our day-to-day lives. So, si kushika tu kura, let's be informed and know that nikishika kura, nikifanya hivi, itani affect hivi. If I have that card na nimevote mtu, nitaenda nimuulize, mbona hapa ulisema kwamba tutakuwa na barabara, but now we don't have that. Like, where is the money? You've received the CDF fund, but what have you done with this? Let's at least be educated, informed, na tupige kura.
All right.
Yes.
Amazing. Love that. That was a very powerful end. Right. Where do people get in touch with Badili? Where do people get in touch with Mzalendo? Where do people keep up to speed with the Buddies kwa Ballot campaign?
Across the board, all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, we are on X, Badili Africa. You can get all the access to, the resources that we have out there. We can get access to the work that we've been doing. We can also get to partner with us at different levels. We're also calling on, people to just basically help us in the work of democracy. So yeah, across all social media platforms, we're available. Give us a follow. You can DM us. I'll personally answer your direct messages and everything. So, yeah, mimi nimejituma sana.
Himself.
Myself. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're available on all platforms.
Great.
Yeah.
Mzalendo.
Yeah. Similarly, tunapatikana Mzalendo Watch, all platforms. That is Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, X. Give us a follow and follow us on Twitter. You will know that we do the live tweeting. Tunaangalia every other. Mbunge wako kitu amesema huko nje. We put that on Twitter. You will follow us every other day. And you can follow our website. You can track what your MP has done. There's a website for MP's performance. If you come from Kisii, You can go check Cliff Gisairo and then see the bills that he has voted for, yes or no, the bills that he has sponsored in Parliament. Everything is there. Just give us a follow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. Nick and Loiser, thank you so much for the privilege of your time, for the amazing work that you're doing. And just really, truly, it's an honor. It's such an honor, and you're truly inspiring people. And we hope to see that when it comes to August 2027, for the first time ever, we see young women being the highest voters in Dio.
Yeah,
it
for
would
sure.
be such a flex.
Be amazing.
Yeah.
It would be such a flex. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Yes, and that was our time with Odhiambo from Badili Africa and Loiser Osoro from Mzalendo Trust. We have been talking about the inclusion of women in political participation with, of course, the amazing campaign that they've been doing with Badis Kwa Ballot. So if you missed out on that conversation, should I feel sorry for you? Perhaps I shouldn't feel sorry for you. Why? Because just love yourself enough. Run to our YouTube channel, Pawa Radio, right now. Please subscribe while you're at it. Watch the conversation, share, comment, do all the things. And tunaona mzee mzima pale Tevin Kote anasema he's watching live. Thank you so much, Tevin, for making the time to start your Friday morning with us. Haya basi, mimi sina la ziada isipokuwa kukupunga kwa heri. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. I leave you in the very safe and able hands of Miss Kimberly Sandra, who comes in at 11 with Shivasation. So do please make sure you get in touch with her to know what the girlies are talking about. And then later on, of course, the newest and freshest new show in town is Sauti Mbili by the one and only Mike Munyiri, ama ukipenda Zia Africa. Catch him with Flo Dhairu. They will be here from 2 to 3 p.m. live and direct from Power Radio, courtesy of Sauti Mbili. Me, I'm out for the weekend. I hope to see you on Monday, and I'll be joined by Adam, and we're going to be talking about the importance of mainstreaming youth voices in the climate justice space. So catch you then. Bye for now.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Mighty fingers.
I make mountains out of molehills, and it can be quite the scene. Think about how far I've come and my life looking greater than it's ever been. If I could eat my pie in the sky, it would be just my thing. Sipping on my champagne and my life looking greater than it's ever been. My life looking greater than it's ever been. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? You must be Africa's son. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. You must be an African. I don't know about my haters, but they should know about me. Keep me humble, oh God. My life looking greater than it's ever been. I overflow flavor. My pockets are full of greed. Even on my worst day, my life looking greater than it's ever been. My life looking greater than it's ever been. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? You must be Africa's son. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. You must be an African. You jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me back. Jealous, don't hold me, no, no, no. If you jealous, don't hold me back. I'm saying, please don't jealous me. Please don't jealous me. I'm singing, please stop jealous me. Please stop jealous me. I'm singing, please stop jealous me. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back.
From sunrise